Well, on this cool November day, I'm thinking of tackling a topic about what influences us, maybe what can impact us, and how we can have a positive impact on others. So, it sounds like maybe a bit much, but I'm feeling up to the challenge. I do enjoy all parts of autumn, actually, all parts of the seasons. I think every season is beautiful in its own way, and I'm grateful to live somewhere where I can experience each season. Though we did get a little snow earlier this week, just like a few flakes, and it made me realize it's going to be cold soon. Which is always interesting. Another interesting thing is the way that seasons are tied to your memory. And so every time you live that season again, you remember what you were doing like last year at that same time. Last year at this time, I was going to Rochester, Minnesota every day for my radiation appointments. So just when I step out and I feel like that cool air, I don't know, I just think of that drive to Rochester, which is very beautiful. And I just also think of sitting in that machine, and I don't know, it's kind of a complicated feeling. But it's not what I'm here to talk about today. I wanted to talk about something more positive, actually. So honestly, I did get some good news, I believe, recently about my story. If you've been listening to my other vlogs, you've heard me talk about the story so much that I've just been like so passionate about and just really want to get it published. Like I just feel like it could be positively impacting people. Just the moral of the story is about seeing the light through the darkness and about ways that we can lift ourselves and each other up. Even in our darkest moments, that we have strength. And I believe that people need to hear that message, especially now. With everything just seeming very different the last year and a half or so, and I think that maybe I could make a positive impact if the book is out to more people, rather than just myself and a few other people who have looked at parts of it. So I just think it would be helpful. But I did hear back from somebody through a contest that she wanted to see more of it, a partial manuscript request, which is so exciting. And I think as a result of that, it just inspired me to write more, just like hearing that positive feedback. And I just went on like this wild writing spree where in less than 2 weeks I wrote 25,000 words of a new story, which is actually technically sort of like a sequel to the first story. It's two different characters that are in the first story. It provides some backstory for them and actually shows why they are the way they are in the first story. So I was just writing up a storm, which, I mean, I've always dreamed of being the writer who wakes up every morning, pours some coffee, just sits down and just types. The words just come so naturally. And in reality, I think of things throughout the day, jot them down on note cards, scribble all over the place, and then I put it back together at the end of the night and then revise it. And it's a very sloppy process that I have technically, but we're all a little different, right? So that's what ended up happening. But honestly, it was as if my character's a muse, just like standing over my shoulder telling me his story, which was pretty cool. I mean, now that I say that out loud, it sounds like I'm a little bit crazy, but hopefully other writers here will understand and not think I'm crazy. Please. So there's that. But then I guess what happened is, I was really inspired by finally getting positive feedback on the story. Now several weeks have passed and that contest is coming to a close. I haven't heard back, and honestly, sadly, I don't think that the feedback that the woman asked for is going any further than this. And it is another disheartening moment for me, but I was able to write more, and it was still inspiring just to hear something positive from someone. So that's one way I think people can really, like touch you in a small way and help you with your writing. I realize that literary agents are really busy. They must get hundreds of emails all the time. But as an online teacher, honestly, I do get hundreds of emails every week as well. And I need to respond to all of those within 24 hours. I think it would be pretty inspiring if more agents replied to people. I guess I don't know personally, since I'm not in their actual shoes, but I would assume that it would be reasonable to respond within a few days or weeks' time. I have queries out there from early this summer, so it's been 4 or 5 months, and I haven't heard back yet. And their websites promise responses within, a few weeks. And I guess the ones that I have heard back from have said, hey, this is really strong writing, but I'm just not feeling this topic, or I'm just not connecting with this particular character. And that is nice to hear that. That at least they sent me a response. It kind of hurts in a way to have someone tell you it's good, but that they're not letting you through the gates to publishing world, It's like saying, yes, you are worthy of publishing, but we just don't like this character, so too bad for him, or too bad for her. Or we don't like talking about cancer, so too bad for you. And it's kind of painful in a way, obviously. And so I think that kind of brought me to a stop again with the writing. Like it was like 2 weeks of writing so much. And now it's National November Writing Month, and I've stopped. But I'm not gonna let it, bother me much. Hopefully I can just bounce back up and, keep going again. Because I think that we gotta keep moving, we gotta keep writing. It can make a difference. But I do think that just the smallest thing, like just an agent saying, hey, this is working well, can you adjust this to get more queries or responses or something? I don't know. Just give us a bone here. Especially if you see that it's good writing. If you don't have the time for it, maybe you could send it to a friend. Just throwing it out there. But I was thinking of the ways that I can impact others too. So, things that I was thinking of is being more generous with my time and more generous with the blessings that I do have. We had some friends visit us just this weekend, and they just mentioned like how beautiful the land we live on is. And I guess that just got me thinking like that we do have like a pretty special blessing in our property and in the beauty around us. And so we wanted to invite more people over and just like share that with others. And I'm thinking of other ways that I can be generous with the things that I have that could be special and maybe helpful to others. Yeah. So I guess with that, agents, be generous with your time, and I will go forth and be generous with mine to others. I guess that's all.